Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back. Oh, it's been a long time since I had these lovely people here in this particular form. Say what, mate?
On the stream, I can see Sirenscape.
Oh yeah, look at that. Hello, Sirenscape. How are you?
Sorry.
That's okay. Oop. Go away. There it is. I wonder why I picked up the wrong window. Okay, thank you, Michael. It's better than yesterday. Like, yeah, cheers, Alicia. Secrets. It's okay. It was just on the music one. So there were no... Shade is cast. Okay. It's good to know. Unlike certain people in the Bleeding Citadel who had no shade, no shadow. Always with the shade, indeed. Okay, sorry, I'll stop rambling on and let's get this show on the road. Thank you everyone for jumping in already and joining us to be here for Curse of Strahd. Click on me, please. I can't. It's just a notification. Bloody hello, mate. You're right. Welcome in. Okay, thank you for the follow. Click on me, please. Unless that is some virus-inducing thing, which I refuse to click on it. Now. Thank you all for joining us here for tonight's Curse of Strahd. We are coming back to Barovia after a 2-week period as opposed to our regular 1 week because things happened. See, yes, Bella, that's right. I know. It was a shocking of the DM to kill Esmeralda like that. What was happening? Okay, so, but I will get to that in just a moment. Let me say some thank yous to all of you, as I already have, and if you are joining us on the VOD, a very, very merry VODmas to you, and welcome to the VOD Squad, and I hope you are enjoying the adventures, and thank you for joining us whenever and wherever you can. Then, doggo! Indeed. Now, also saying thank yous to those fabulous people over at Sirenscape. Fantastic sounds for your games, music, sound effects, not just for D&D, for Pathfinder, for Call of Cthulhu, for various other games, board games, science fiction, all the kinds of stuff you could want. Go over there and try them for free. If you cancel before 30 days are up, it is entirely free and nothing of cost to you whatsoever, unless you wish to continue on and get a subscription as a Super Siren. Enjoy all of their sounds and atmospheric stuffs for your games. And also the ability to add other music as well, such as the things you are hearing right now from the incredible people over at YouTube. 3 channels that we love to say hello to: Dark Fantasy Studio, Travis Savoy, and Epic Journey. Head on over to any of our VODs on YouTube. YouTube, you say? Yes, YouTube, because there is a channel. It is in the socials there. There is a link. There are VODs all over the place for all of our different campaigns and one-shots and everything else that has happened, and some family vacation videos from before I started streaming, and also other things that you can enjoy. Yes, you want to see this DM enjoying himself with his little kitties in Belize? You can do that too. Now, thank you all.
You are actually Strahd because you didn't breathe during that whole segment. You must be a vampire.
And John.
Okay, now moving on. Let us also say a massive thank you to not one below me, although I do love Craig and Colby, respectively. 2 below me, Vanta Blackspire, the incredible Emma City Art, 4 the incredible portraits that you see in our screen here, as she is a very talented artist, and you should head over to her Twitter and follow and see everything that's going on and embarrass her, because it's fun. And then you can also maybe have the opportunity, if luck is with you, to ask her to create something fabulous for your good self as well, as she has wanted to do, like these fine folks here. For some reason, Vanta is way taller than everyone else. You're towering above the others.
I always got the impression she was.
I mean, at the moment, yeah, she's like hoofing it up the hill with with a corpse over her shoulder.
Vanta's like 5'8", I think, 5'7",
Okay.
5'8".
I
Which
shall-
is taller than Zenicus, right?
Yes.
I shall change that right now.
Yeah. So there you go, I can loom.
There you go. That is 5'8". So Zenicus is smaller, you say? Okay, so Zenicus, that is there. I think Asara must be big girl. There we go. Rawr. As you frown disapprovingly, raised eyebrows. All right. Thank you, everyone. Emma Art is best art. Yes. IDST. What does that stand for? Patch.
What do you mean?
And there's Emma Art is best art IDST. I don't summon tieflings.
Oh, don't you?
I don't summon tieflings.
There it is. I got it. If destroyed, still true. I see. Thank you. Don't destroy Emma.
No.
For preference. Okay, so, folks, at least not until she has guest starred in our Rodania game on Saturday. That is what we're looking forward to. Yes, indeed. All right. Okay. Now, dear players and viewers of the channel that is going on right here, let us say hello to all these fine folks and find out who they are playing, and where they're at right now. Krigathy, lead the way, please.
Of course.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. From Nebraska.
Hang on. Stop right there.
Oh.
Oh no, you're okay. Sorry, I thought chat was
Okay.
being silly because there's been updates and crazy things, but it's okay.
Very good.
Proceed.
Well, at any rate, I'm Colby. I'm playing our Swarmkeeper Ranger Krig.
Buzz, Kriggy bee.
And right now he's feeling pretty beat up. I don't think anyone's in death saves anymore. But my D&D Beyond says I am. Excuse me, but
Yes, you're unconscious.
he's
You're unconscious and stable.
he's feeling low.
Thank you. Lady with the Black Spire.
Okay. Hello, I'm Emma, and I play Vanta Blackspire, and she's storming her way towards the Abbey or the monastery?
Abbey.
The monastery. Abbey.
Abby.
To go and talk to that dude. She's got some words. She's
Words
also
we have.
very conflicted. But she's just acting on instinct at the moment.
Good.
And she misses Esmeralda already, and she's in distress, and that's
Sniff. Okay, thank you, Zenikas.
Yes, I'm Michael. I play
City
Zenikas,
Pass.
the Aladrin Blood Hunter Order of the Lycans. He's a wolfy boy at heart and in real. And right now he is completely devastated. Sorry. He is completely devastated, holding the body of his mentor's other kind of senpai type thing, his senpai, and who he's finally got to know and was actually starting to learn a lot from, and suddenly lost. So he's pretty devastated.
Thank you.
Yes, fix my friend indeed.
And last but not least, Asara.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I play Drow Rogue, and she is pretty upset that she doesn't know anything
She's
medical
pretty.
at all. She is pretty
She's pretty.
and upset. And that she was so unable to help, and she is close on the tails of Vanta going to storm the Abbey. So.
Noted. Okay, thank you. And I am John, who is playing everyone else. Now, and where am I at? I am happy to be back here with all of these people. Okay.
Murderer.
Murderer.
No.
Moidoi.
Murder.
What can I say?
Moidoi.
Emma provided the weapon.
No! How? Don't answer these questions.
Actually, I don't think I... Hang on. Timeline. Did I have them 2 weeks ago? When was it? Time is a blur.
because the last one we were talking about it.
Right?
So
Yeah, we were.
that was
yeah.
the first session you used them.
Curse
Ew.
dice, Emma.
Okay. Thank
So
you,
Emma's
everyone.
the murderer.
No!
So, yes, all sorts of things
No.
happened last time. Now, get out of here, drop bear. Now, last time we were here, we were in Kresk, as they had traveled over here to help Irina, hoping to find a safe haven for her away from the unwanted attentions of cursed Count Strahd von Zarovich. And as they arrived, they went to see a blessed spring blessed by Saint Markovia herself. And within the pool, they saw the image of Irina's love in her previous guise as Tatiana, Sergei, Strahd's younger brother, who he had murdered on his and Tatiana's wedding day, forcing Tatiana to throw herself from the castle rock and tear herself away from Strahd forever and ever. And they were joined together once more and went down into the waters, whereupon Irina's body came back, as it was just the spirit that was kept with Sergei, and he charged you with finding a safe place to keep it until Strahd was out of the picture, and she could choose whether to return as Irina or to stay with him as Tatiana. Now, shortly after that, Strahd came whooshing across through the skies and visited his wrath upon the village of Kresk, much to everyone's dismay, especially the couple of villagers who got killed. And then the abbot serenely descended from the abbey above and spoke to you all, and then went and spoke with the burgomaster and his wife, Baroness, and then he was talking to them about their lost daughter, and promising to resurrect her if only they could deliver a wedding dress suitable in quality for the bride he was preparing for Strahd. Truly, the cure to all of this valley's ills, if Strahd could be made happy, could find true love with this bride, then surely all would return to normal and be well once more. The others got a head start and started carrying Irina's body up to the abbey, where they met the very interesting sight that is the mongrel folk who dwell up there in the abbey. And they talked with the first few and avoided some others, and then had a near-death experience in a well with one of the more aggressive members of the family. And that's when the others joined them, and they decided, nope, we're not leaving Irina's body here. Let us get out of this place. And they quickly beat feet down the hillside once more towards the village of Kresk again. But they did not make it all the way, as halfway down the slope, the switchbacks winding this way and that in the snow swirling around them, they were accosted and set upon by airwolves. Arakokra that had been given the curse of lycanthropy. As they swooped from the sky and attacked, a hard-fought battle was made a smidge easier as a mysterious werewolf joined on their side, fighting against these things, a regular land-based werewolf. Then they fought back and forth, and it was desperate, and people went down, and they came back up again, and it was all going off, and at the end, they were victorious. But not quite in time for Merrin's terrible dice rolling, as she, on one failed death save, rolled a natural 1, incurring 2 more, and sending Esmeralda off into the mists. That was where we left things. The werewolf, who had mysteriously been helping you, revealing himself to be, excuse me, he's doggo.
Lifted a leg.
He just lifts his like, Bella, you're in the game.
It was off the path.
Bella,
He revealed
my
himself.
dog's down here.
People, somber mood. He revealed himself to be the burgomaster of Kresk, whose family, we see a snoot, whose family were all gifted, cursed with this lycanthropy.
Cursed is the word you were looking for.
I see. And he bade you keep it quiet, and he shifted back into his regular form as concerned folk from the village gathered at the base of the hill looking up. But you were not descending towards them. You were frantically rising up towards the north gate of the abbey once more, as you scrambled Esmeralda's limp corpse over your shoulder, Lady Vanta. And if folks let me just bear with me a second while I reopen.
What was the father's name? Father, what was it?
Which one, sorry?
The guy in the abbey.
It was just called the Abbot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have
The Abbot. Oh God, there's so many werewolves.
All right. So let me just reopen things here. Doobie-doo. Okay. So, Lady Vanta, what do you do? Everyone else, what are you doing?
So let's see how well this goes. Vanta is carrying Esmeralda in
Yes.
her arms, and she is just silently stone-faced walking towards the abbot. If you said she was carrying
holding
her.
on to her, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, because
Yeah.
Zenicus was holding on to her, like.
Okay, sure.
screaming
Then yeah.
fix her.
Vanta. Yeah, I didn't actually remember picking her up, but Vanta is rushing towards towards the abbey.
Mm-hmm.
I think Krieg is knocked out.
Yes.
So he's just kind of laying on the ground.
So, John, just to check,
Yes.
is he stabilized full stop, or is he
Yeah.
stabilized?
Yes.
No more death saves. Yeah, I stabilized
Okay,
them with
cool.
the thingy of the grave, or whatever it's called, the spell.
All right.
Spare the dying.
Okay. I love this music, by the way. Right. Then Vanta will keep going, and she'll look back and see Esmeralda. Oh, actually, no. I think she would just stay focused.
Okay.
I'm behind you, so
Okay.
like close on your tail.
Zenicus, the burgomaster, looks at you. He's like, "If you want to go, I will watch Crick."
Like, he just does not care right now. He's just staring at him like he doesn't know this guy. He helped him in a fight, but that's all. Like, no, he's holding on to Esmeralda and kind of trying to defend both her and Craig.
Okay. So isn't Esmeralda just spraying up the hill?
No, like she wasn't
No, no.
carrying.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
I was holding her.
Vanta's plan is to get the abbot to come back down.
It's 3. Okay. So, Vanta, you make your way up quickly as you're running, just breathing heavily in the cold air. You know, that sharp sting as it gets in your lungs. The snow just battering into your face. All of this outdoors that you've been going through recently is quite the ordeal. And you make your way up to the north gate, quickly run through. Those strange mongrel folks start to snuffle and out of the guard post on either side. You just ignore them, just go barreling past. Run to those big double doors, boom, throw them open. There is a whooping and howling and growling, a cacophony of snarls and beaks clacking and things of all the various mongrel folk that are kept in all the different pens here and there around the courtyard. A flapping of wings as the one posted, tied to the post in the middle, tries to get away, but reaches the end of their cord and pulls vainly against it. Do you run towards the main building?
I think when she opens, just for flavor and for fun, when
Yes.
she throws like those doors open from like the gaps behind her, her ravens fly in too, and it's just like caw. And
Yes.
like that was really cool looking, I'm sure, in like all of our imaginations. Yes, and she'll probably have heard Asara by this point and just know she's there, but
Okay.
she's gonna keep looking forwards.
Yep, so the two of you run, and you
Rushing
see the north wing is the one that looks like it's the main hall, and you kind of go through a central door in this like joining curtain wall kind of setup that's there, and you push through those doors and immediately turn to the right and go towards this main hallway there. Now, as you push into the main building there, you see that inside it's very well kept. It's clear of dust, and all the furnishings are kept polished and bright and clean, as opposed to the rather squalid conditions that the mongrel folk were being kept in. And you, let me just, I'm just going to get the official description for you here. So yeah, you push in, and as you go into the interior of this building, gentle sounding music trickles down from somewhere above, played on a single stringed instrument by some unseen master. As you push into this main room, you see that the ground floor here is just one large 50-foot square room with arched lidded glassed windows. A cauldron sits on an iron rack above a fire in a hearth, and above the fireplace mantel hangs a large golden disc engraved with the symbol of the sun. Another sign of the Morning Lord, Lathander, who's been worshipped in various spots through Barovia that you've come across. In one corner of the room, a wooden staircase climbs up to an upper level, and in another corner, a stone staircase descends into darkness. Several chairs surround a wooden table that stretches nearly the length of the room. Wooden dishware and gold candelabras are neatly arranged on the table, standing behind which is a young woman with alabaster skin, dressed in a torn and dishevelled red gown. Her auburn hair is neatly bundled so as not to touch her soft shoulders. She seems lost in her own thoughts. You also see the abbot, his cowl and outerwear removed, as you see him as a handsome young man in a brown monk's robe. He gently takes the woman by her hand and leads her to the table and sits her. Now,
I don't.
Vasilka, as we said, please, I must talk to our guests. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect. And the Count deserves nothing less than perfect. And you see
I'm going to
this
kill this man with my
woman.
hands.
This woman just starts going through the motions of using the various cutlery that's laid out, like as if for a banquet. You know, the different layers of cutlery, the different courses all arranged on either side. And she picks up two of them and starts, you know, like practices using them, puts them down, and picks up another two that, you know, checking they go together properly, and practices using them. The abbot turns to you, and you see a painted wooden holy symbol that depicts the sun hanging from a chain on his neck as he moves towards you with the grace of a saint.
You need to come outside right now.
But why? I have just returned.
You must come.
I ask again, why?
Our friend is dead, and I have not the power to bring her back, but you must bring her back.
Oh. I see. My aid is required now. I would ask the same thing of you all that I asked of the Burgomaster. I need a suitable gown for Strahd's bride. Promise me that you can deliver such a thing, and I may be able to help you.
All right, then, I promise. Come.
We shall return her. We shall return her to our building here, out of the cold. Do not worry, there is not too much rush. If you can bring me the gown within a 10-day, I shall return your friends to you.
As she was.
I will do my best. And a rain of light comes through the window. Sorry, did I say that wrong? Hi, Rain. Please, you are welcome here. I didn't say it.
Almost worse.
So excited. We're gonna comment on it. Asara's gonna take Vanta by the arm and be like, "Look, we can figure out what we want to do. I don't know that this is the best," and she's doing her best to keep the voice hushed. Decision, but we need to discuss it. And says many things with her eyes.
So the two of you go
When
back
I
out?
agreed, I thought you were going to bring her back first and trust our word. That does not seem to be the case.
Would you have her lie on the hillside? It would seem
What
unfair.
I meant was, bring her back and we'll bring you a dress if you need that much.
It would
You must have poor taste if you can't pick it out yourself.
seem unfair to demand that the burgomaster bring a dress before I bring his daughter back, but then do not do the same for your friend. She is in greater need than your friend, as she will pass beyond the mists before. Full stop.
You worship the morning, Lord.
Yes.
Sunlight and all that. Are you sure
Something-
there's nothing else you want?
It is a simple request. Just merely beyond my means. Such as yours is a simple request to me, just beyond your means.
I can bring back the dead.
Oh, then why am I even needed?
Just do not have that power.
Ah,
Now.
I see.
What if there was something else we could give you that would get her back now? Something more immediate. What do you want? We don't have 10 days. We will not. You will not. None of us will last 10 days. You think that you can just leave Strahd in the lurch and he'll let you live? 10 days? No. It was not even 10 seconds before he came for us. You're not exempt.
The Count is more patient when it comes to love, and when he sees the perfection that is Vasilka. And he gestures back to the table where this woman is still practicing. Hasn't said a word, by the way, just silently doing the cutlery.
Sarah is horrified and will turn to Vanta and be like, "Look, she'll be back either way, but we need to discuss it. We don't know what condition this man is going to bring her back in. Let's go get her."
I know.
Keep
I
her here.
understand. Can I just take a look around the room and just note the entrances, exits?
Do you want me to bring you to the map?
No.
Okay,
That means we're gonna die.
question to self.
No.
Why is my instance of Roll20 open on Descent into Avernus? Question. Sorry, I know what that was. It's because it went past the allotted hour, so the next game, because they shuffle around in order now. It's like the next one that's scheduled. So Descent into Avernus was the next one. Folks, join us for Descent into Avernus tomorrow.
Yeah, it used to be
Please.
just the last one that the DM had entered.
Yeah, right? I think this is better.
Yeah.
They come around in nice order in the order that you play them. Because I think most people do play on a regular schedule, right?
Yeah.
If they have more than one game on the go.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone does that, right? Everyone has ridiculous amounts of games on the go, right?
It's like, what, 6 games a week?
I have 4.
Yes, it's fine. This is fine.
Yeah.
2.
It's definitely fine.
3. Two
The room is on
weeklies
fire.
and 1 bi-weekly.
Yeah.
But it's not in Bitopia.
Yet.
Okay.
That
So,
joke is never not funny.
Thank you. You should be credited. You started the whole thing. ADH, I do, mate.
I know.
Hey, welcome to everyone who's joined us. It's lovely to have you here. Welcome on in. I hope you have a nice time. If you're not following us already, please do so. If you have Amazon Prime and have not sent that subscription elsewhere, you can subscribe for free and continue all of this adventure. Now, let me just get Roll20 going. Sorry, I'm nearly there. Okay, so everyone. So yeah, the two of you go back outside, yeah? I'll describe the room to you.
I looked at Esmeralda.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Yeah, I want to look around the room we're in first.
Mm-hmm.
Vanta has a couple of ideas about things that should be done. She wants to know like the entrances, the exits.
Okay. Well, there's the door.
She wants to
from memory. There's the door that you came through. Actually, I can look at the module.
Well, we're in the room now, aren't we?
Yes. I was just trying to do it from memory for myself.
Oh, right. I see.
from my memory, there's the door that you came through, and then there are the two staircases. On your left was the one that went up to the higher up levels, and the ones down. There's a stone staircase that went down below, but there were no other doors as an exit. It's just the large dining table in the room there with the fireplace, the Lathander decoration. Excuse me. And if you wanted to make a dramatic exit, there are the windows.
Gotcha.
Thamiel, that's quite all right. You subscribed. Uncle Sam, thank you. Okay, so you make your way back out into that courtyard, to the hootin' and hollerin', back through the main gates. Azara, your eyes had things to say.
Yeah, I'm just like, Sarah wants to go. She wants to get Esmeralda, get her up here, get Xenakis in a proper way of thinking, get Krieg off the ground, and have everyone discuss the possibility that Esmeralda could come back as like a half crow, half Irish setter problem. So, she's just, that's what she's saying with her eyes. Probably can't get all that, but
get a lot of it. As we go, Vanta will turn to Esmeralda and say, I only
Sarah.
agreed to the dress. Sorry.
I know.
Okay. Vanta will turn to Asara and say, I only agreed to the dress because I thought he would bring her back first and we wouldn't have to do it. It's foolish. But we can discuss once we're all together. I have other ideas. Some.
We've left now?
You are out in the courtyard, making your way back towards the northern gates, yeah. And you curve round the side of the hill, dropping down where you can see your friends still huddled in the snow below. Now. Oh, Lizzie, this is a good place to start. Just watch some games, see if you like the look of anything, and then just dive right in. That's the way to do it. If you give us a follow, you can come onto our followers' Discord and talk to folks there. There's lots of knowledgeable and friendly people in there. Now, you start winding your way down towards your friends again in the snow, and you see them huddled over the two prone forms. Asara, Vanta, as you make your way towards Xenakis to talk with him, the other conscious member of your group. Cheers, Lizzie. I'll be sending an invite. As you make your way down there, you pass Krieg, who's still just kind of like draped over the edge of the hill, his feathers bedraggled. I think the Burgomaster's kind of posing him a bit more respectfully.
Thankfully.
Yes, and he rolls him over so he's not like face down in the snow.
He's drawn a mustache on him.
And as he does so, his pack flops over to the side.
Oh god, I thought you meant like more of them arrived. Because it's a werewolf. Oh no! Pack arrived.
That would be you, mate. That would be you. No, his backpack.
Krieg's pack.
Krieg's backpack.
Okay.
rolls over to the side, and in the fight it had been tussled and knocked around, and it does kind of loll open.
Yeah. I know exactly what this is.
And Asara, Vanta, you can't help but notice a corner of delicate white satin. Is that lace? Is that a wedding dress that Krieg has been carrying this whole time?
Oh my freaking goodness.
Me and Kobe have been killing ourselves laughing because we weren't there and we both remembered.
I'm not sure if you can credit Colby with remembering. He should have remembered a long time ago.
Now that's fair.
Vanter and Ismael. No, Vanter. I did it again. No, Vanter and Asara probably just look at each other and immediately, like, Vanter is just like hovering forwards, like.
Wait, let's discuss this before we take it up there. We might not be getting back our Esmeralda.
Yes.
The Burgomaster turns to you actually, and he says, "Oh, you have a dress. Oh, please, you must deliver it to the abbot. Then he can resurrect our daughter as well. And do not worry. He has done this before. There was a terrible logging accident in the village, and some of the locals were unfortunately crushed terribly. You'll notice," and he gestures down, and the townsfolk are kind of lugging the two that were killed by Strahd, like very matter-of-factly. There's like no wailing or mourning of them. Behold, they are not too bothered that they have lost some of their neighbours. They know that the abbot, if appeased, will bring them back. And those that he has brought back in the past, they were just fine. Quite themselves.
I'm gonna look at Xenakis and be like, bring her. And then I'm gonna go to the pack that is open and start going through it looking for health potion. Do you have a health potion in there, Krieg?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that I do.
Check that character sheet.
Vanter is going
Um,
to
Yeah, they should-
I have
us up
the
and help her.
superior healing potion that I picked up from that mausoleum.
That could be useful.
All right. I'm gonna take the cork out, and be like, open Krieg's beak. And when I open his
Lockjaw
beak,
there.
like,
Nasty.
I'm gonna rest it in the corner, like right. So that way I'm not like aiming and failing at getting it into his throat, and I'm just gonna like tilt it up, and I'm gonna be like,
Sarah,
we'll
when,
be there in a second.
when in Rome, I think you need to drink it and then baby
Oh
burn it.
no.
If I were playing a different character, she would be like, do I?
Sorry.
If
excuse
only
me.
Tarina was here.
Yeah, that would be appropriate. I've
Aw.
seen mothers do this. So she tilts it up, and she's gonna turn to them and be like, start walking. We'll be there. And she's like just focused on what she's doing.
Mhm.
So I pour it in your beak mouth.
All right. So this one in particular is 8d4 plus 8.
Ooh, it's a big boy.
Such a potion to be using just for this.
I know.
Just for this, he's
Bring him back.
dying. Xenakis,
He's not dying. He's not dying. He's completely fine.
My cat is here now too.
Oh, full set.
I thought that was in character at first, Emma, and I was like,
I mean, it's very
good.
Vanta. That's very Vanta.
My
cat
love.
is here. It's like, we've had a cat?
Speaking of cats bringing
This
people back from
whole
unconsciousness, in
My
Out of the Abyss earlier today, a cat started whispering sweet deals in our unconscious Bun's character's mind. Guys, it's need a
oh
kitty.
my god, that's an Instagram cat.
That's a good cat.
She's
some-
so
get some
lovely.
echo, Steph.
Aren't you lovely?
As both Kobe
Oh, that
and
was my
Steph
fault.
At the same time.
Okay.
It's because I was talking when Colby wanted to also excitedly say something about the cat. So he had to push the button down. He couldn't help himself.
Understandable.
She's an old lady,
Okay.
but I love her very much.
So Krieg is getting back 29 HP.
Hey, Ellen. Nice.
Actually, quick question for the DM.
What?
How long since the end of combat has it been?
35 minutes.
35 minutes.
Very specific, and I like.
I will be doing this a lot.
And I'll be making up a lot of times.
Yep, well, it's good for me. Keep making them long. 7, 8, 9, 10.
3.4 seconds.
No,
Okay.
no. In lots of 10 minutes, please.
I know what you're doing. Yes, you have your ring of regeneration, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, folks. So, let us get moving here. Are you carrying... Krieg, you cough and splutter?
Yeah, so
Welcome
Craig just kind of shoots up and he's just like, he looks around and he...
Like, I think you just pivot 90 degrees, you're just like...
yeah, exactly, like, wham. He's trying to, like, he's taking stock of the situation and he looks up at Asara and he's like, what happened?
So many things. We have to join them up at the Abbey. Esmeralda is dead.
Why do we have to go to the Abbey?
You missed the second part of the sentence?
Because
Well, what are we doing at the Abbey?
giving the abbot a dress.
What he does in his personal
And-
time.
Craig is gonna look at his bag and like immediately like he's not gonna use his legs to stand up. He's going to like push his wings out like full tilt and like lift himself up.
Krieg, the Burgomaster comes like stomping over to you. You
Yeah.
had that the whole time, and now my wife and the guards out there risking their lives to get another one from Vallaki?
You guys really
I
need
forgot.
to decentralize yourselves from Vallaki.
Yeah, Craig is just gonna
Good
look
for
at
the
the
economy.
Burgomaster.
Whatever that is.
You're not coming through, Kobe.
Yep, that's you, mate.
He said, I forgot, but I have it now.
I don't know why I have this problem with Discord.
You,
It's okay now?
Yep, okay.
Yep. You had better hope that she gets back safe and sound.
And I do. And I'm sorry, but I have it now and let's mop this up.
And he like growls, like just like almost like you see the canines elongating a little bit once more as his werewolf just comes through a little bit. And he turns back and he goes towards the people gathering at the bottom of the hill. Everyone, do not worry. Flying werewolves? What on earth are you talking about? No, we have caught the great white menace that has been threatening our woodlands. Look! And he hauls the body of his aunt, remember? That was the leader of these wolves. Okay. No longer will they threaten us. No longer will they attack our villagers outside the walls. And there's a kind of half-hearted yay down the bottom. He goes down there to talk to them as you all make your way back up to the...
Okay.
Vanta has been,
Gonna
Vanta
say-
would head over to, but before all this happened, head over to Xenicus and try and like pull him up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, 'cause
You
when
have to stand.
when you first said, like, grab her and take her, he just turned around and stared at you and then was just watching everything else that was going on. Still got one arm on Esmeralda's arm.
You have to stand up now.
Fix her. Bring her back.
We are. But I need you to carry her, or help me at least.
And you will bring her back.
I can't, the abbot will.
And that, like, the eyes, like, they actually, like, they switch from, like, his eyes to the kind of the wolf eyes for a second. And she's, no, not him, no.
I can't. I'm physically unable, even if I was morally against it.
We can't give them to her. We can't give her to
I
him.
will,
So,
I will ensure, to the best of my ability, that nothing happens.
and you
The
guarantee
Burgermeister.
it. You saw those creatures up there.
The Burgermeister just vouched for him.
He's clearly under his thrall. Everyone here is.
Oh no, we're not. I'm sorry.
See? See? Justified.
Our options are limited. What would you have us do?
What- So the options are turn her into one of those creatures? Would she want this?
She won't.
Fancy, you know
It
that the
doesn't
other.
seem like he brings them back as creatures. It seems like he brings them back as they were. He's done it to others in this town, and from what he described, those creatures are from one specific family. I do not trust him as far as I could throw him,
Judgment.
which is very far, but I at least believe he will bring her back
The way she was?
something close to it, if not the way she was.
Can you speak to her?
Oh, can I? Tomorrow I could.
How long
Not
do we
today.
have?
He said a 10-day.
I don't.
Then it is not our decision to make.
Hmm.
If he says it can be done in a 10-day, then today is no different from tomorrow. It is not our choice to make, and I will not take the risk that she would become one of those creatures without her say.
All right then.
He at least offered to protect her body.
That's 2 bodies under his care.
I don't think he's interested in bringing Arena back. He's cultivating a new match for Strahd.
If she is
Cultivate.
human, she needs to be freed from that.
Questions
She'll
for
get in
another
the
day.
way. Yes. As few complications as possible, and if we can remove them, then that is what we must do.
We ask, and he kind of turns to Esmeralda. We ask her what she wants.
So now we stay at the Abbey. We watch over our dead ourselves. We just all hold up in the same room. We have to give him the dress, or we're going to be
Fine.
escorted out of here with pitchforks.
It's just and as much. And you can see he's trying really hard to be funny, but it's like as his normal kind of the way that Zedekis always is, and he's trying really hard, and he's just like, Unless, I mean, Craig, give him the dress. Like, trying to make a quip about Craig and dresses, but just it can't come to him right now.
And
You know, if you tailor your personality to be very neutral, like unsalted butter, then no one can ever really read what your real emotions are, and you can't let anyone down.
Vanta, don't compare
Anyway.
yourself to the flavorless, to such flavorless cookware. All right.
I must more be like mushrooms,
Xenicus will,
poisonous mushrooms.
at that, scoop up Esmeralda and kind of make sure all the stuff, nothing gets left behind.
Mhm.
And we'll
You slowly process up the trail once more. Through the north gates, unaccosted this time, into the courtyard. Eerily quiet this time round, as all the mongrel folk seem to have been bade to be silent. And into the interior of the abbey, curving round to the right side, once more into that large 50-foot hall. The gleam of the golden emblem of the Morning Lord catching all of your eyes as you all come in to the space for the first time altogether. And over beneath the large leaded windows that look down on the village, you can see the abbot and his creation, Vasilka, no longer seated, practicing with their cutlery. You see them as the abbot is teaching them to dance.
No, I knew it.
And they slowly waltz in the slowly graying evening light that's coming through the windows.
Xenicus is just giving darting eyes at Spanta,
And he stops,
Vanta looks the same as ever.
bows deeply to Vasilka. As I taught you. And she curtsies, but slightly stiffly. Yes, yes. Much better. Now, our guests have work for me. Please, continue your dinner manners. And she silently almost glides across the room and seats herself once more at the head of the table, away from a section you can see that the abbot is cleared of the cutlery and candelabras and things. And he gestures towards the table, the cloth pulled back to reveal sturdy but rough wooden structures underneath. Please, lay her here.
but then steps between them.
Very quiet, Mike.
Sorry. Xenicus puts the Esmeralda down, but then stands between her and the abbot.
Might I make her rest easy and cease decaying whilst you are providing the required payment?
We have it.
Oh, splendid.
And Craig will kind of... What's the adjective I'm looking for?
Sorry, I thought you were
He's
going
gonna
to
pull-
Velvet.
spin out from
Flourish?
behind, spin out from behind Xenicus wearing the dress. Like, voila!
No. He's gonna start pulling it out of his bag, but he's kind of focused on watching the abbot.
Yeah.
So he's not bringing it out in a bundle. He's just kind of you know how magicians kind of pull the long
Yeah.
cloths out? It's just kind of keeps coming out as he's kind of locked eyes
Like
in
a
the
lot of
situation.
tiny clowns in a car. No, not a lot of
Right,
clowns
yeah.
in a tiny car.
There you go.
Tiny clowns.
You hold it up, and he reaches and takes it by the shoulders and lifts it up admiringly, spinning it around, noting how it moves. He's like, Vasilka, dear, stand. And she silently just, there's a of the chair as it pushes back, and she just stands up, straight, silent. Turn this way, dear. And she just pivots on the spot towards the abbot. And he kind of like holds it up, like eyeing it, like across the table, not going up to her, but it's like looks, you know, like holds it proportionally so that it would be, you know, like with her behind it. Yes. Yes. A splendid gown for the bride of Count Zarovich.
He will tear her to shreds.
Oh, no. You do not understand. This is the answer. She will make him happy, and he will release these lands. He will release them back from the mists, back to where they once lay, and all of us will be free. And this abbey will be consecrated once more, and I can go back to other things. Now, let me repay you.
Tomorrow.
I'm sorry?
Tomorrow.
But why wait? You have
Tomorrow.
paid. Why would you risk losing your friend to the mists? As we speak, she's being drawn, siphoned off into the grey,
Hold on, you
swirling
said a 10
depths.
day.
Yes,
You said we had
And
10
you said
days.
you could halt the decay.
yes. But
So now you can't.
it is possible within 10 days, but as that moves on, it becomes harder. You don't understand how delicate these things are. There's such
Then do
a
your best
fine
work.
balance. Lady, and he like eyes you appraisingly, Vanta. Lady cleric, surely you understand. Do you have any iconography?
The raven
She
swirling around.
screams Raven Queen. She's covered in bones and like ravens.
Got like a little,
Honest
like
God,
one,
as you can
one of
get.
those little Japanese flags in the back. That's just like with the Kumon of Raven Queen on it.
Yeah.
Surely you understand the delicate balance, the slender thread by which the soul, the spirit, clings to the body before it is taken. And
5
that's
hours.
with your queen. Imagine what it is like with the mists. Would you have her be one of these? And he gestures to your ravens, who are like perched up on a rafter high up on the ceiling. One of those poor souls. Yes, I know what they are.
Asara's gonna interrupt and be like, would we have her be one of those? And motion to person slowly trying to
Mongrel
cut
folk?
meat,
No, Vasilka.
and then motion to the mongrel folk.
There's no mongrel
as
folk
well.
in here. But, yeah.
Oh no.
Motion to the courtyard, yeah.
Motion to the door meaningfully. Or would we have her be one of those? We have questions to ask her. Can we have 5 hours?
Let me return her to you, and you can ask all of the questions you would like. You have all the time in the world. Together.
You need to understand something, I think, and that is that your plan will fail because it is not in the Raven Queen's design, first of all. But more than that, you don't understand what Strahd will do if you insult him in this way and give him this false bribe. I want you to know that we are in the business now of taking down the mists. That is why we are here. That is my quest in this place. And if you think you can do this through this false creation, you are incorrect. It will lead you to destruction, and you will never be free. And you will never die, and you will never be the Raven Queen, or with your lord after that. Because Strahd will come here. What he will do is he will possess someone from outside to come here and desecrate this place. Then he will enter himself, he will find you, and he will tear each limb from your torso, and then he will drain the blood from you like from a water bottle, and then he will throw your body into the lake, and you will be eaten by small fish. And probably your soul will also go in to one of these, and then you'll be stuck
We've-
with me. And I don't think
we've
you'd
seen
enjoy
this-
that for very long.
Prick.
You should believe her. We've seen this exact thing happen.
The small fish part has so got
Yeah,
me.
that's so good, the full fish.
Why would he have not done this already if that's what he desired? He has been here. He has dined here. He sat right there. And he points at a chair that you're kind of resting your hand on.
I sit in it.
Owned.
Gold.
Look,
We just need time enough for us to consort with our friend.
And besides, it's not yet you he wants.
if you wish to consult
He
with
won't
him,
want that until you insult him.
let me return her to you. You all clearly need to know something about loss. You do not.
Sarah looks raving mad.
You cannot understand what it is to have lost someone as you are in danger of losing here. And he strokes some of Esmeralda's curls off her face.
Pats the hand away, like as soon as he reaches out.
So raving mad.
He kind of massages the hand. Look.
Tomorrow.
Strahd has lost. And I aim to deliver unto him something to fill that hole in his heart,
I
To
intend
fill-
fill that hole in his heart, don't you?
to fill the need he has for companionship. Vasilka is perfect.
Well, congrats to you, sir. We would like to speak directly with our friend. So if you don't mind, this one over here is going to
Give me-
transfer 4 hours.
Give me
And then we're
10
gonna talk to her.
minutes. And you can talk to her right now.
Tomorrow.
Now, are you
And
a
that Zeneca's
liar?
is like he's almost transforming in anger. Like he's trying to hold it back and struggling.
Abbott, if you like, we can debate this for 5 hours separately in a room, just us two.
Can someone make an insight check for the love of God?
Yeah, I
don't
know.
think
I
Zeneca's
feel like we
even-
should, but I'm just having too much fun.
We roll
Let's play
dice?
D&D.
Is that what we do? in
I'll make an
D&D? We
insight
roll
check
dice?
if that's alright.
Occasionally.
This is only Dungeons and Dragons. It doesn't say Dice and Dragons or Dice
Okay,
and Dungeons.
I got John. I
As-
got a 15.
With
I got
that,
a
quick, wait, let me
23.
say a huge thank you to the Turtle Guild for the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome in,
Yes, thank
Kaz
you,
and
guys.
everybody. Beth, if you're there, thank you so much. Thank you for the follows, everyone. Good to see you. Good to see
Hello.
you. Keep your eyes open for potential things in the future. Phoenix, Iwaki, Turtle Guild shenanigans maybe coming down the line. I hope.
Ooh.
Certainly in some respect.
I'm not so
Totally
much worried
wacky.
about you running out of hands, John, as I am about you running out of pots to put them in.
Actually, quick, be right back.
No worries, but okay. Now, as hey newbie, welcome over. Is
I
Dread
got a
finished?
23 on my insight check. Just to
Excellent.
throw that
I
out
got
there.
13.
There you go.
He seems 100% convinced this is the answer. This is what needs to happen for Barovia. This will distract, the Count from everything he's doing, everything that's happening. The mists will dissolve, the people will be free. And he loves his creation dearly.
Krieg is gonna kind of look at him and narrow his eyes. Do you really believe that this is it? Like all that you would have to do is present this trophy to him and he'll just wash his hands of it all? Like,
Yes. I know. Because I know how he feels. I know he can be healed.
Why do you know that then?
His head lowers. And he walks along the length of the table, just running a hand along the tops of the chairs. For I too have lost. Not one,
And?
but two. And that is why I took that pain, I took that feeling, and I used it to craft Vasilka, the daughter I never had.
You will watch her die if you do this.
No. I understand how the Strahd cannot but fall in love with her. Trust me. I have seen things. I have traveled so far. I know what to do. And as he says this, there's a slight glow that illuminates the room as Ibaraki experiences a terrible earthquake.
Oh.
Is it okay? You guys okay?
No, it's just Michael fiddling with his camera.
Oh, right.
Oh,
We were like, we're not in Japan, so we don't know if this is a joke or not.
If it was shaking that much for Michael, I would feel it here as well.
That's true.
Okay, there is a glow starts to emanate. Starts off golden and then becomes whiter, brighter. And you see two white, gold-tipped wings emerge from the abbot's back.
Oh my god, not more angels.
Not really, no. Not more angels. And the abbot says...
No, you don't. No, oh my god, right, I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot. How did I forget?
I have
How did I
traveled
forget?
so far, and I have lost so much. I will not let Strahd suffer the same way. Excuse me, everyone, we just broke the player here. Steph, Colby, do you know what Emma's about here?
I feel like I should.
I don't. Krieg
Strahd-
just sees the wings and he trusts it.
I have missed something huge when I went away.
Vanta will look at the abbot's wings and be like, "Oh, wings, I see." And she'll just say,
Accurate.
"Your feelings change nothing about the reality of the situation. Your personal beliefs not translate to fact, and they do not change what Strahd will do. If you want to have a discussion with us about this, wait. Once we've spoken to our friend, resurrect her, and then maybe we can continue."
Show us to our room.
You're welcome to lay bedrolls here. There is nowhere spare to stay. I forgot the name. Is it Bellevue? I want to say Bellevue.
I
Belfry?
believe you.
No, the family name of the mongrel folk.
Oh,
Bellevue.
There is a Belfry. Right, it is the Bellevue family, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Bellevue family take up all of the accommodations.
Then we stay here.
And look, no one in the village knows this, or can know this. Or I would have told them a long time ago and stopped them muttering about me being vampire spawn and the like. I am the abbot now, but I have not always been. There have been others before me who wore this form. It is the one I had to use to continue the illusion. And they spread the wings.
Nicholas has got a hand on his sword, like in his sheath.
I was sent here from the celestial plane. I was sent here to reconsecrate this land, as others have failed to do so before. It is my penance, and I do it gladly. And I will do everything I can for the people of this vale, for your friend, and to alleviate Strahd's pain, that he may set free those he rules over.
If you alleviate his pain, you'll leave him here to rule still, I assume. Because I don't think he'd last very long if that's the case.
How long
Much
will
better
Silka
we allow
last?
him to live on in immortality in another way. Sorry, I interrupted you.
What happens after this land is saved? I know not. Our will be done. And Barovia will be free. free from his tyranny.
Into who else's? You say you're here? You're here in penance. Why?
I made a terrible mistake. Far from here. I lost someone to very close to me. And I shan't fail again. I can't fail again. I lost my boys. I shall not lose this land. And those wings open, and that light blindingly flares and fills the entire room, bursting out of the windows. If you were looking from outside, you'd see the shine coming out in beams through the windows. And as it dies down, it's no longer the abbot as you saw him before, even with the wings before you. It is a different figure, although the wings remain the same. And you see armored torso, long blonde hair, as an angel in their full glory stands before you. I shall not lose any more. I shall not fail anymore. And Tidra stands before you all.
What?
Heh.
Michael's going, Zedek is still stoic with a hand on his weapon.
I was
Michael.
gonna say, does this angel's name rhyme with Dra?
This is just a cousin, Deirdre.
Okay.
Deirdre. Oh.
Take your time,
Krig's
but think on it carefully and think what precious things might be lost to you.
Zedek just growls back, tomorrow, but as he does, like, his face starts to change into the werewolf and then he kind of comes back.
Oh,
That's trippy to think about.
tomorrow. That's really cool. Tomorrow.
The petulance of those who do not understand. And she spins and turns, and the wings curl around her. And as they do, they kind of shrink down and become that mantle again, that white mantle that he was wearing before. And as he starts to walk across the room, you see in profile the face sticking out the front of the hood. It is the abbot once more. And he reaches out. Come, Vasilka. Let us leave them to their rest.
Seeing the angel, Krig, he didn't say anything, but his expression softened a lot. Almost, like, not quite in reverence, but almost in, like, adoration. And he's just very quiet now.
I don't feel harshly for angels or celestial beings. I don't feel much. I do think that she is desperately clinging to this plan, and I know what that's like. I know how much it hurts when that goes wrong. And if it goes wrong, and she can't handle it, we lose a powerful ally, I think. She needs to be open to more ideas than just hers. Don't you agree? Because I don't know if we're in agreement, but this seems wrong.
Gonna nod.
It is wrong, but we have a different focus right now. Vanta, go to bed.
I don't. She is an
Vanta's going to
angel.
climb up to one of the taller building windows and just like go sleep by herself.
Okay, on the windowsill.
Yeah. She doesn't say anything to Asara before she goes, but she gives her a look like her regular face.
I was like what? Everyone in this party is secretly a bird. Everyone in this game is secretly a bird.
Or an angel, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I love birds.
What was that, Craig?
I don't. How could it be wrong though? Like it's.
Fanaticism
She's
is
an angel.
fanaticism.
I agree.
I don't know that precludes her to being right.
I actually have a question for the DM.
Yes.
Did the sword react at all?
Emotionally.
Yeah. It is a lawful good creature.
Yeah. There was a certain amount of awe and joy. Yes.
Awe and joy.
Mhm.
Interesting. Interesting. Seneca says nothing.
Okay, now unless there's anything else you want to say, we will go to the end of this rest.
Zenekas will do his, what do you call it, trance, not moving from that same position, standing, watching where the abbot left, so hand on the hilt.
Okay.
The whole trance is just like that, semi-conscious.
Okay. Craig, you can take a short rest if you wish.
Yeah.
The rest of you get a long rest. And
Yay for elves.
we get one of those shots where it's just like look over Zenekas' shoulder with the leaded windows in the background, and you see the sky just, in fast motion, just darken. If it was a modern setting, there'd be a shot of a road with cars, the red lights streaming, like solid lines.
Like horse and carts passing quickly up and down the hill.
Yes. Like various mobs going by with pitchforks and torches. And as the night sets in properly, as the night sets in properly, you finish your rest, come out of your trances. Nothing happened. The music making its way down from above was on and off.
John, what did it sound like?
A single stringed instrument, played by an unseen master.
Okay.
I think it was Firemall's horn.
It doesn't sound like do 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 do. Vanta will climb down from her perch and kind of waft from the shadows over to everyone. And probably start with Zenekas and just say, I can do it now.
Her decision to make, not ours. is still
Okay,
keeping his
I'm
eye
just
on where
going
the abbot went, just in case. He does not trust this creature. This place has twisted him to the point where he doesn't trust anything, and it could be an illusion.
Let's
Could be a
take
lie.
away. That one. I'm prepared. Speak with dead. Alright. The spell is prepared. Vanta will reach down to Esmeralda. And I think she'll just like probably pull out her bag of like relics and things that she uses for burial rites and just place them around her like a crown, and then just like put her hands against her temples, just very lightly touching, and she'll just say, Esmeralda, it's time to wake up. Just a little while. And I'm casting Speak with Dead. Which I can give you the details of.
Please.
Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life, including languages. Answers are brief, cryptic or repetitive. If you are hostile to it, the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer. Is that okay?
Thank you. You focus and reach out to Esmeralda, wherever her spirit may be, and you look down on that peaceful face, and you see, just at the corner of the mouth, the faintest suggestion of movement. And the lips slowly, slightly part. She sits bolt upright on the table. And her body dissipates into mist. And you see, as you'd been resting, thick mist had rolled across the whole valley and outside the windows. And her body dissipates into mist that is drawn off in 10 directions to each window, going through the glass as if it was not there and becoming one with the mist beyond.
I'm sorry to say that Vanta is probably being held by the collar right now, and Xenicus is screaming, "What did you do?"
And that is echoed from the top of the wooden staircase. And you see the abbots clasping onto the banister. Oh, yes. What did you do? I should never have listened. I should never have let you meddle. She's gone. The mists have her now. You happy? You've ruined everything. Get out. Get out. Get out! And she thrusts her hands up from the banister across you, and this white celestial energy just swoosh, erupts from her palms and swirls down in a whirlwind around all of you. Your hair is lifted up, your clothes are flapping in this wind, this celestial gale. You can hear the plates and cutlery clattering to the floor as the tablecloth gets whipped up and hurled around the room. Everything disappears in this bright white light, and then it slowly starts to settle and go down and stop. And you find yourselves ankle deep in snow outside the front gates of Kresk with your wagons, with your horses, and the gates barred and closed behind you.
Confirming that Irina's there, yeah?
Irina's body?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Just checking.
Good. She
Vanta's
was a
gonna
liar.
try and wrestle Xenicus off her.
I'm sure like that blast probably like threw him away at him.
She said that there was nothing would enter there. We knew there was a risk. You're right, she was wrong.
Because it's still lying from wherever he got like knocked down. Just like stone faced.
This is for us to do ourselves.
Sarah, if there's no body, there's no way for me to bring them back.
No, but we can put them all to rest.
That is my quest. Yes.
That stands up and just like puts his hand on the wagon, which was Esmeralda's, and just says the command word to summon the horses.
Okay. The ethereal horses appear in the stirrups. And you...
Kind of starts turning it around to lead it.
Xenicus, you are very aware that you are outside the walls at night in the Svalak Woods. And the mists are very thick. Like, they are rolling around this whole valley. You can barely make out the walls behind you.
He's trying to turn the wagon round with the horses, leading it west. East.
East. Yeah, back towards the tower.
In that general direction.
Okay, so were you all on the one wagon this time?
Yeah, we only brought
Right?
the one.
You were just with Esmeralda, weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you'll clamber up onto the wagon.
I was like, Esmeralda's body's been put in the wagon. I'm guessing.
Yes. Irina's body.
Irina.
Irina,
Irina's
yeah, sorry,
body.
yeah, Irina, sorry, yeah.
So, sorry, what are you doing with the body?
In the wagon. With the password, we're not blowing it up.
Look at that sly DM smile. What
I'm on
more
to you.
misery?
You've done enough to us today. You've
said
done
it.
enough to us
You
today.
said it. I was just making sure what happened.
You've done enough.
He said the password.
One day I want you to forget and just open that back door. It's like full on. You guys might be too young. Have you seen that? Have you seen Backdraft?
Oh,
just blown across. Okay.
No explosion.
No. You safely put Irina's body inside and make your way along the road as quickly as possible. Although the horses are being, even with their ethereal nature, they are being quite cautious and skittish with the mists roiling and swirling around the trees and boiling out onto the road, rough as it is.
Krieg is pissed. He's kind of, you know how sometimes kids throw themselves onto their beds and kind of have a little tantrum. He's he doesn't all but throw himself onto a bed, and he has a little like fit and sits up, crosses his arms, and just scowls at everyone. I don't understand why it's so hard for you guys.
I look at him and then look forward and just keep walking.
Emma, you're muted.
You're on the wagon, Sarah.
Yeah, we're
I
all
look
on
at
it.
him and look forward into the darkness.
To do what? So hard to do what?
He sighs again. He's like, he shakes his head a little. Trust people.
I am a literal cleric. Everything that I am is built off of faith.
They
So,
lie.
hmm.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, go.
They lied. And Asara's not even looking at Craig, she's looking forward. They said we had 10 days. And if we had just waited to give them the dress, then would it have been fine?
No, quite the opposite. And Banta, I know, or maybe I don't know. Like I said, I don't know your guys' experiences as far as not trusting people. I mean, I've had my own, but this seemed like a ace in the hole.
You're out of
Are
your
you guys
mind.
on top of the wagon, or are you guys in the wagon right
I'm on top of the wagon.
now? Okay.
And maybe we've been talking through a wall this whole time. Where,
It's 'cause, like,
where is
Xenix
everybody?
obviously, like, Xenix is
Maybe it
obviously
has one of those
right.
like little windows that you can slide open to peer through. I think that'd be fun.
Also
It's a
booby
fun
trapped.
conversation. You have to say the command word.
Xenix, it's just because I just want to know if Xenix is hearing this conversation. Like, not that he's going to react, but just I want to know if she's hearing it.
So Zenekas, you're inside with Arena?
No, he drive.
You're driving.
Yeah.
Krieg,
So
Sarah,
I thought they
Fanta?
were inside. That's fine.
I'm on top.
I'll be on top. Yeah.
Okay.
All together.
Fanta.
Mm.
As Krieg is saying this, your ravens, these strange, grey, misty, ethereal beings in themselves, perched kind of on the back of the wagon. One of them was like on one of the horses' heads. All of them suddenly spook
Oh.
and fly off into the mists and disappear. They don't cry out. They don't. The horses do, but they just fly off and their beaks are cawing, but there's no sound. Yes, Lizzie. That is a gift from our viewers. You can spend the dream pies in the bottom there, channel points, to give inspiration, which allows them to gain advantage on a roll, which they roll twice and take the higher number. And we thank everyone who can do that. The red ones are disadvantage. They roll twice and take the lowest number. Now, Vanta, yes, you haven't seen them do this before. And the horses whinnying like that too, they are also very unsettled.
Xenix is trying to keep them going. Like, trying to ignore it.
Yeah. And they're fighting you, Xenicus. Like, it's getting harder and harder to urge them forwards. And you don't want to. You don't want to hurt them, even though you just can't bring yourself, right? They're just ethereal magic things, right? But you don't want to do it, right? And
Right now, I'm not sure actually.
Okay.
He is hell set on the goal.
I think that with his like animal mindedness, Krieg would probably notice, and he would ask Xenakis like, "Hey, what are you doing to Funky and Chunky?"
Nothing. We'll make it in time.
There's something coming, I think, or you're up ahead. So we'll have to put a pause on stationary.
And Xenakis, the horses stop. And they're pouring at the road, tearing up clods of earth as the mist streams past them.
I'm gonna
Rolls out
cast
his
Beast
sword.
Sense.
Beast sense?
Yep.
What's that?
Oh wait, no. It says that you touch a willing beast, and for the duration of the spell, you can use your action to see through their eyes and hear what they hear.
Yeah, different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like detect magic, so
Detect beast.
never mind.
There is a detect beast, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I think. Or detect, yeah, there's one of those ones there. No worries. Is that you, Beth? Yeah, thank you so much. Now, as the mists swirl and move in the slight breeze that's whistling hauntingly through the trees of the Svalek woods, as the occasional dark-fingered branch scritches and scratches out of the fog towards the carriage, Xenakis, you see why the horses have stopped. You see down the road, about 50 feet ahead of the wagon, where the horses have stopped, there is a figure stood stock still in the middle of the road, outlined in the mist that ebbs and flows around them.
I pull out the sword, so I've got light. No. Only for 15 feet of bright and 15 foot of dim. But it's like a torch.
Makes things worse, you know, like when you put your headlights on full beam in fog. It's just
Yeah.
all the mist around you just illuminates, and it's like everyone's like, ah!
He just doesn't even seem to react to it. He just shouts out, "Reveal yourself."
No reply, and they stood stock still. They're not moving towards you. Just, you can't make out any details, just a silhouette, you know, outline of a figure stood on the road. Similar size to you.
Tries to kind of, with one arm, kind of wrap the things and try and pull the horses to kind of start moving again.
They will not budge, no matter what you do.
I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire,
Okay.
and it's gonna be in a violet light, and it has to. If it fails a dexterity of 12, then it will also glow.
It doesn't move an inch, so the little elements of
make an
magic
insight check?
settle. Yep, the little elements of magic settle on its form and reveal it a little more. You can see the shape of it a little more, but still at this distance you can't really make out details. Not with the fog and mist swirling between you. Vanta, yes.
24.
What are you
And I
trying to?
want insight check. I want to see if this is a hostile creature, and that is why they're still. I want to see if I can get an idea of the nature of this
Okay.
creature, and if necessary, I will walk towards it.
You,
Not a ridiculous amount, but just a little closer.
as you see this figure and regard it and look at the way its form is illuminated by this fairy fire, it assists you in seeing the way that its head is tilted. You can find out that it's facing away from you, and its head is tilted up towards the trees above. Stock still.
Yeah, I'll walk towards it.
So Vanta, you lower yourself down with a soft squelch into the mud of the road.
Does Zenekas will follow?
You pad down behind her, and both of you start to move forward,
This is the classic squad.
slowly, making your way along the road towards the still, motionless figure. Sorry, Krieg, what are you doing?
He's stood up on the wagon with an arrow drawn.
Same.
Okay. Zenekas, Vanta, you hear the, to be honest, reassuring creak of bowstrings as they're drawn taut behind you. And you step forward 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet down the road. And Vanta, it's at this moment you can make out a little more detail with the glow of the fairy fire still flickering and falling slowly and wafting around through the mist, creating these interesting little, almost like will-o'-the-wisp style orbs of purple light dancing through the mist around this figure, as those that have alighted upon it illuminate the body somewhat. And you see long, tumbled hair cascading down over their shoulders. As your eyes carry on down, you also see a very distinctive prosthetic leg. I don't think it's been mentioned very much. Do you all understand what that means?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what that
I
means.
think
Okay.
so, yeah.
We very rarely address it, which is as it should be.
That's confused.
I'm very confused also.
Krieg is gonna turn around to scope the back of the, like, behind us, so that not all eyes are forward.
Okay.
Zenekas rushes
Zenekas, Vanta,
in. Zenekas rushes in.
you see
He realizes who this is.
Esmeralda stood stock still on the road, looking up into the trees.
Zenekas rushes towards it, grabs her shoulder, turns around, and then sword to the throat.
You cannot move her as you try to pull. And as you look at this face, there's a rictus on the face, just this unmoving expression as she looks up through the mists. And as Vanta, you pull up alongside as well, the mists once again swirl and part. And Asara, thank you. The dancing fairy fire lights illuminates what hangs above. As the small motes of purple lights drift around the macabre scene of what is left of the Baroness of Kresk and her guards, as they and their innards and their entrails bedeck and decorate the trees above.
It sounds like Zenekas got the sword out, and then like blood just drops on his hand.
Yes, absolutely.
Dark Esmeralda! Oh my god!
That's right.
Oh no!
Forgot
We're
about
gonna
Dark
have
Esmeralda.
to destroy her. Oh well. We can.
Oh,
we
well.
can convince them back to come to the light side. no.
There she is.
Esmeralda,
Bye.
you
Yeah,
are
but
aware of
sorry,
You
Xenicus.
amaze me.
You are aware of
Sorry.
Xenicus and Vanta alongside you. Xenicus with his swords to your neck, and you are just looking up at that scene that has enthralled you since you arrived here.
Sorry, I lost you for a second there.
Vanta will look at Esmeralda and just say, "How is this possible?"
I think Esmeralda has been staring up this entire time, and she starts finally to react for the first time. Like she's hearing you from a very long distance away, and so she slowly turns. And as she turns, you realize there's something different about her face. Most of it is what you know, but her eyes, which used to be this beautiful, warm, dark brown, are now cloudy. And you can see swirling mists behind them. She stares at you very intently for a moment. Vanta. And then she realizes that there's a sword at her throat, but she doesn't, she's not really focusing on that. She's looking at
I can see that image so strongly in my mind.
Xenicus. Xenicus. Xenicus, and she grabs onto your forearm. Like she's holding on for dear life. Xenicus, this is very important. Where did we first meet? Blank eyes, staring at you.
Where did we first meet?
Oh.
She's gripping you.
Oh,
Note check. Note check.
no check.
Here is the checkpoint. Check your
desperation.
notes.
Was
Vanta,
staring
did
wildly.
you think I was attractive when we first met?
Let's keep in the mood, please. Keep in the mood.
I'm sorry.
Wasn't it the first time you entered the tower?
the main tower? Yeah, it was a check. I thought it was the main tower. I just wanted to double check. She was like, tower. Cause that. You can see like the arms going slack before. It's like
Tower. No, she,
Tower.
let's go. She tumbles back. And she's holding onto your head. No, this isn't right. And then she just realizes something. And she stares at the mists. So this is your price. A life for a life. And she just collapses onto the ground with her head in her hands.
Xenicus has got his weapon. He's just like kneeling beside her, like almost reaching for her, but not sure if he should. Like, what happened?
I guess, Vanta, you and Krieg and Asara, you're all I have left. I don't remember anything before I came to Mist the first time. I don't remember anything. They took my life, Xenicus.
Kind of falls back, kind of like on his ass. What? Who?
Too much I don't know. I should have known they would ask for something like this. They didn't tell me what the price was. She takes down her hands, which are rolling with mist. Well, at least they gave me what they promised. We appear to have unexpected allies.
Allies? Where? What?
Mist threw me back. I'm not the only ones fighting Strahd. What's going on here? They gave me another chance. We are the best chance Barovia has, I think. And they saw that. They had to play their little games first. And I remember nothing else.
We have to get back to the tower.
I was born 2 weeks ago, Xenakis.
2 weeks ago?
When I first came to Barovia. You saved me out of the tower, but something tells me that's not right.
I mean, and like it kind of looks
Something
for a
not
second,
right.
and it looks back to I was like, I saw you before.
You died, Esmeralda. From the sound of it, maybe.
I remember. And I remember what happened afterwards, although it's a bit of a fog, so to speak. I remember my death. I'm glad you're alive. And Krieg and Asar, they're all right as well.
Here.
As she says, like, coincidentally, as she says that, because Krieg is turned away, so he's focused behind the cart, he'll kind of say behind him, like, what the hell's going on back here?
He's gonna look at her again and just say, Ivreska. The forests. Near Ivreska. Where I first saw you.
It's I can't. Maybe you'll have to help me. Everything is gone. Anyways, at this she'll get up.
We have to get back to the tower. He'll know what to do. We have.
Who?
It's night. We have to get back. Can't stay out
But-
here. What did
look-
this?
I don't know. I didn't see. He was here when I was
John,
brought back.
Mm-hmm.
can I look at... Does Esmeralda carry any weapons?
She has what she had before.
How do those look?
The same.
Can I make an investigation check to see if there's any sign of use? Anything that might lead me to believe she could have had a hand in what's happened up there?
If she'll let you.
Esmeralda, it's not that I don't trust you. But if you don't have memories, there might be something that's taking you against your will. Would you mind? And she just points to your sword.
Oh,
If I just check it.
I would do the same in your place, and she really gives them to you to look at.
If I'm holding them in my hands, any chance of like an advantage?
You have
Are they
inspiration.
covered in blood?
Are they covered in blood?
Is there
Is there any signs that they've been cleaned recently, used recently?
They are spotless.
And they're probably also not very
Spotless to the
warm.
extent
If you didn't
where
handle, would not be very
suspicious.
warm.
Yeah, where she was clasping the hilt. There's not any warmth to it. Yeah.
I trust you.
Thank you, Vanta. I don't blame you for having questions. I have a lot. I don't understand what's happened to me. They didn't tell me anything.
It's night. We have to get out of here.
You can talk on the wagon.
You have the wagon.
We have your word.
Yes, that's probably best.
And, like I'm gonna lead her back towards the wagon, but towards the door, but waiting for Ez to say the word to open the door.
What do you
she
mean?
opens it
The
and
safe
explodes
store is
all.
underneath the underside of the wagon.
She will. Vanta will stop her if she looks
Alex.
like she's going to explode it.
She'll look kind of quizzically at you, and she'll sort of indicate that the safe entrance is in fact underneath.
He relaxes visibly, and then
I'm glad you haven't blown
instantly,
it up in my absence.
and that he instantly turns weapon a while and turns hearing. We must go.
I'm sorry, I need a moment. And she'll go and, I think, sit in the corner and with a very distant look on her face.
It's like trying to kind of lead her
Oh.
like onto the seat next to on the front of the wagon. Like we have to go.
Let's self be led.
If there's no more space at the front of the wagon, Vanta is
Wish-
so happy to sit with Esmeralda inside.
Prig,
She doesn't, we have plenty of body warmth, I'm sorry.
Prig just watches this from the top of the caravan. Like he doesn't. Like he lowers his bow and just kind of narrows his eyes in the dark, and he doesn't say anything at all. It's just very, very confused and is trying to listen to everyone else.
I am
Vanta would say to Krieg,
on the wagon.
I trust her. If that helps you. And she means that very earnestly. I know that it could sound another kind of way, but
Do the
Asara
horse-
keeps her bow raised just because of all the entrails, but she also doesn't, like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know who brought her here, if this is a trap. She might be earnest, but her memory's gone. There's guts hanging in the trees. So Asara just keeps her bow ready as we go.
Did the horses move when I tried?
There they go. So yes, you move the horses on and they start to pull faster and faster as those howls go up in the trees to the left and the right of the road, closing in on either side. But they get softer and quieter as speed picks up. And you keep moving with the horses, pulling the wagon back towards Lake Baratok and the Wizard's Tower. And Xenicus, that's when you see the dark shapes ghosting through the trees to the left and right, dipping in and out of the mist. And you crack the reins just in time as large, furry bodies come barreling out of the trees and fall in behind the wagon as the wagon clatters and rumbles along through the trees as fast as you can possibly make it go. The ethereal horses pulling as fast as they can, and these wolves are coming alongside, trying to catch up. And who was on top of the wagon?
Prig,
And that's Sarah.
Alright.
Okay.
all of us, I think.
We're on the front.
Yeah, Esmeralda, you're
Oh, right.
inside?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Xenicus, what do you do to try and make this wagon go faster?
Oh shit! Yeah. Do I have anything?
Chuck out
I-
Arena's body, save some weight. Throw myself into the woods.
Fuck, I don't think I have anything. these aren't even real horses. Things that might work on. I will use my knowledge of forest to try and kind of like pull away, just like off the main road and go round one of the trees that I see there's a gap in, try and pull them round, just to kind of give that kind of, if they were expecting us just to be on the road, to just kind of like, if they were leaping for us, to try and like throw them off for a second, maybe make one of them hit a tree.
Okay. What skill are you hoping to use for that?
Survival?
Okay.
And I don't have inspiration, so shit.
Nope.
Huh. Okay, that's okay. That's a 13 plus 5. That's an 18.
All right. So, yes, you see that opening in the trees, and as the wolves pull closer, galloping along, their paws just hitting the ground, rhythmic drum beats tapping out as they come charging alongside. You see the opening, and you pull hard on the reins, and the horses veer through the trees, and you see a wolf that was leaping towards the front seat here, just bounces off the side to avoid, and pushes off the side of the wagon with its paws to avoid just slamming into the tree at the Forest Moon of Endor. And you have inspiration. Thank you, Aelin. Now,
Thank you.
next, Craig, you can see these dark furred bodies charging through the trees out onto the road. 4 or 5 of them have come onto the road behind you. What do you do?
Okay, so just to be clear, this is a skill challenge, correct?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Okay. Because I was just gonna cast web, but I think I have something better.
Okay.
I'm going to
Use of magic is an
I'm-
automatic success.
Wait, what was that?
Use of magic is an automatic success.
Okay. Well, yeah. So the spell will be better then. So Krieg is going to, like, the Fey bugs, he's going to send, they've turned into spiders,
Okay.
and they're climbing down both, like, of the corners, the back corners of the caravan, and he's going to cast web, which is a 20-foot cube. So he just kind of signals to the spiders, and they just start spraying web between, like, two sets of trees, the 2 rows.
Yeah, they fan out and they go whoosh, yes, between the 2 trees, and just the road behind you disappears behind this gossamer curtain of white webs, and the wolves, just full on momentum, unable to stop, just go barreling into it, and they become tangled, and they're like hanging like almost like marionettes with their strings being pulled, like bouncing around in these webs, howling and growling angrily. Okay. Now, the horses charged forward. Asara, what do you do?
I am going to cast darkness
Yes.
off to the right where these figures are moving through the woods. Like, just I'm gonna cast it ahead of them. Like, I'm gonna look to a point for where they're running towards. I'm gonna cast ahead of them so that they could put into a 15-foot radius sphere of darkness for a moment, and hopefully they'll become disorientated.
Okay, yes. So you gesture out to the side, and the area of woodland in front of where a number of these large wolves are just charging through the trees, zigzagging between the trunks towards you, getting closer and closer, and then this impenetrable darkness fills that entire area, and you hear yips and snarls and howls of dismay as they go charging in and lose their way. There is a couple of satisfying thunks as their bodies crash into the unseen trees that were suddenly in their path, and you have lost those particular pursuers. Congratulations. Esmeralda.
The wolves, they're here.
Quick, there it is.
Vanta's gone. We've lost Vanta.
Just pulled off the wagon. Esmeralda, some of the wolves come looping in from the side. In from the side, around the edge of that webbing onto the road, and you
good try.
can see out of the little window that's on the back of your wagon there. You see them galloping along the road behind you, charging, much like the raiders from Shanshan D&D. Thank you so much, as they come barreling towards the wagon. One of them snarling, just comes charging and leaps faster than the wagon and lands on the little back plate with its paws scrabbling frantically at the door. You can see it is in danger of opening the door and triggering the trap. What do you do?
Oh God. I can't. Can I reach it, or?
It's on the outside.
It's on the outside. Are there any cracks in my wagon?
Next to the radio
Wait,
center.
Got a little windows thing, like where the door would
Yeah,
be, so you can
like I
look
said, you
out.
can see out. Yeah, there's that little window that you were looking at just before.
I can see out. Okay. Can I stab out the window?
Yeah, it's a large wolf, so it is up above the level of the
Okay.
window.
I'm going to stab out the window, and I'm going to try to hit it.
Okay, roll for the attack.
Okay. That first one is a nat 1, but I get a second attack.
You do have
Right?
2 attacks. Yes, indeed.
A 21, which is much better. I assume that hits.
Yes, it does. Roll for damage.
Okay. I
Roll
will.
damage. Hello, Raiders.
and it's that's 13, which is actually max damage.
Nice.
Ironically enough. And also, as I'm going to use up one of my superior dice to make it into a menacing attack. So as I
Okay.
do this, and I pass my rapier through, it should be able to see my face into these like misty, clouded, blank eyes, just staring at it with its villainous rage and menace, and all the horror and despair of having lost my entire life's memories in the last, hour.
So you see the snarling muzzle, the teeth dripping with drool and blood as it crunches at the window, trying to get through. And then your eyes, those 2 orbs of spiraling mist, lock with the wolf's eyes, and its eyes go wide. And you see for a brief second, its eyes also become just full of the mists, and it slowly falls away as you stab it and push it the rest of the way, and its body falls limp into the water in the gutters of the road. And as its other wolves come charging by, it just looks up. It's full of stars. No. Sorry. and the wolf is knocked off and the door is intact and safe. Lady Vanta, a particularly large jet black wolf with red eyes shining, comes galloping alongside, half as big as the horses pulling the wagon, and it jumps up towards the seats at the front of the cart. What do you do?
Okay, I actually had a plan for the rest of the wolves, but if this is happening, then I have to change things. Do these look like werewolves?
No.
They, like normal wolves, or no, just big
Normal wolves.
Verging on dire wolves, but yes.
Verging on dire
Are they like
wolves.
werewolves?
Right.
Very aware of the surroundings.
Hey, Genesee, good to see you.
Okay, I know this one is like right in front of us, but I actually had something I wanted to do for the ones who were disorientated, like the rest of the pack. Because
Please.
what I had planned would sort of be better for a group rather than attacking an individual. What Vanta wants to do, if it's possible, is to target the rest of the wolves with thaumaturgy, making the noise of a second cart right after / around where that darkness was, so that those disorientated wolves would think that they had gone out the wrong direction or they were coming out the right direction. So maybe if this one wolf is in front of us, the rest of the pack might get distracted by that.
Okay.
Is what she was thinking.
Yeah. Roll me an Arcana check, please.
It's 15.
15. Okay. So yes, you do manage to successfully cast that spell and disorientate a large number of the wolves. And Xenicus, as this happens, you see the break in the trees that leads to the causeway, that leads to the tower, and you go pulling back on the reins, and the wagon goes skinny round, almost like swinging out behind the horses as they hard turn onto the causeway. And the momentum of that spin as it drifts out round knocks the wolf off from next to Vanta, and it rolls and splashes into the edge of Lake Baratok as your wagon just goes thundering across the causeway. The little bits of where the lake actually comes up over the ground here and there, the water's splashing up, the spray is flying up over to Krieg and Asara on top there, and I think Krieg just like slowly, slow motion wafts his feather in the spray as it comes by, and with the wolves coming behind you, you go barreling across the causeway, and you see Ayamaris is like, come on, keep going, and you go barreling towards the tower of the wizard, and Xenicus, you heave on the reins, and the horses come screeching to a stop, and the wagon swings round and slightly painfully impacts against the side of the tower. There's a slight rumble of masonry and stone falling down, and you all spring from the carriage, and as you rush inside, Ayamaris lets off bolts of magic, bristling out, flashing down the causeway, and you see, silhouetted against the magic, a large hoofed animal as a glorious horse rears up. You stay away from my friends! And also, there is a... and the metallic form of the Modron brandishes its sword as they stand side by side. And the wolves know when there is not a fair fight to be had and not an easy meal to be won. And they slink off into the trees. And you have arrived back at Lake Baratok, at Ayamaris' tower, safe and sound. Safe. There's one more wolf. Scene stealer. So, you all just collapse to the interior of the tower.
Does anything happen as I go inside?
No.
Okay. As I walk in, though, I think everyone, including me, would notice that the mist kind of comes with me a little bit. As I walk where my feet have hit the ground, you see the mist sort of curling up. You can see it curling off my hair and everything that I do. There's just a bit of... It's very strange. It's like I'm made almost completely of... Like this layer of mist that surrounds me.
Krieg is gonna like step up and he'll be like, oh, here, let me help you out with that. And he like fans her with one of his wings.
Just wafts off continuously.
He does it like a couple of
keep
times
coming.
and he's like, oh.
I think this might be permanent. I hope you don't mind.
What?
I don't mind.
Thanks.
In
Well,
fact,
I
I think the humidity is doing
didn't
wonders
know.
for your skin.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
very purposefully punch Krieg in the arm.
Ow!
And Ayamaris, not twigging what's going on, comes up. He's like woofing his hand across his like. He's like, oh, it's a thick one tonight.
I'll edge behind Xenicus.
Thank the gods you're all back safe and sound. So
Vanta's gonna silently go up into the top
He
of
looks-
the tower.
he looks around.
Himself.
what happened to Irina?
Oh. In the car.
Tazio.
There's a lot to tell you.
And
What? Zedek's like turned at that, like.
he's like, did you leave her? Did you leave her in Crest? Did she find safe haven? And
Kind of. That's about half right.
what was the Wakta girl's name? It's on the tip of my tongue.
The younger one?
The
younger
daughter.
Wactor?
Oh.
Stella, isn't it?
Stella.
Stella.
Thank you. Yes.
Aha! Marin remembers things. I
Stella.
guess Esther's
Stella!
Stella is sat on top of some crates,
Stella.
just swinging her boots, like clunk, clunk, clunk against the edge of the crates. She's like, Irina's spirit found safe haven, didn't it? But her body, you've brought her body back with you. Oh dear. Was that intentional?
Vanta's just silent the whole time, trying to
What did
find
you
some
call
space
him?
by herself.
Say something else, sorry?
He said, "Ez, what did you call him?"
I know you, she says to Imaris.
Yes?
Why?
Xenix's face falls.
What do you mean?
You're important to me?
Xenix is gonna like forcefully kind of like put a hand on his Amaris's shoulder and kind of like sit him down.
He looks confused to Xenicus. I hope so. You're important to me.
He died.
What?
I know you, but
Xenicus, this is not the time. Come on. Welcome back, everyone. Please, drinks, food.
It's true, I'm Earth. And she died.
yes.
Trust a cleric if you don't trust anyone else.
There have been some consequences. I'm not aware my eyes are a different color, by the way. I'm just staring at him.
And he's just been looking around at everyone, and he hasn't focused properly. And he sees your eyes for the first time. 2 pools of swirling mist. Esmeralda. What's happened, child?
Wolves. Flying wolves. I tried to draw them away, but they were too strong. And there was one. I
failed.
I couldn't.
Xenicus, you gotta brace yourself, because in times like this before, Imaris would have acted with anger. You know, he would have flared up and accused you of not protecting her. And the like.
I said I failed, and
Yeah.
as he said I failed, he flinched, waiting for it.
And you do feel
I've already
Imaris's
seen
hand.
that.
You do feel Imaris's hand, but it's gently on your shoulder. No, Xenicus. I should have gone.
I don't think it would have helped. There are too many. I don't know why. I know you. But I'm pretty sure that I'm happy you weren't there.
Esmeralda, let me remind you. You too. And puts his hands on both of your shoulders, Xenicus and Esmeralda. You are everything. Since my family was taken, you two are all that matters. All.
Sorry, I don't remember.
It's not your fault. You haven't forgotten. You've had it taken from you.
Maybe I can get it back.
Esmeralda. And he takes your face in both hands and looks
She
deep
initially flinches a little bit.
looks deep into the eyes. The mists travel with you.
You mean this?
Stop it. Where did you go? What did you...
The mists?
What did you
Promise.
bring
The mist.
back with you?
I don't know. There was something else there. There was... Angel?
What?
They said they were... They said they were the abbot, but that didn't make any sense. The abbot wants to help Strahd.
The Abbot of Kresk.
And-
I heard he was misguided.
I believe that is still the case. But that does not mean they could not be an ally.
It's besides
If
the
they
point.
helped you, Esmeralda, then
No, I didn't want her help. I didn't want her help. I didn't trust her. You saw what she did to that family.
You can just see Zenica's like heave at that.
Yeah, Esmeralda, you remember
So happy that
We did the right
hearing
thing.
that. Hearing that.
you remember everything that
The right
happened.
thing.
You remember the vision of Tidra
Yeah.
imploring you, reaching for you in the mist and running away.
Yep.
Yeah, Vanta, you didn't do that.
No, but we did the right thing in not
Yes.
letting Tidra bring her back. It's
Yeah.
what
Well,
I
you
meant.
don't know. I
Well,
don't know what would have
yeah.
happened. I don't
Yeah.
know either.
It's-
You know,
We did the thing.
we did what Esmeralda would have wanted, is what I mean.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm not
indeed,
saying it's
indeed.
I'm not taking credit for it. I'm just saying that's what
Yeah,
Vanta feels.
yeah, gotcha. And now everyone is after that. Everyone is able to watch last week's episode where
Ah, that's what you're up to.
Esmeralda, Patch, and I roleplayed Esmeralda's resurrection and return to Barovia. But I return to
yes.
Amaris. That's besides the point. And he spins on you, Krieg. And he steps quickly across the room. You ready, Colby?
Yeah, hold on.
You with us?
Yeah, no, we're here. Yeah.
Okay, good. So he spins to you, Craig, and he steps quickly once, twice, 3 times across the room, and he grabs you by the feathers on your chest. You said something about the Fanes, about those stone circles, something about the power to return this land, to take it from the mists.
Yes, yeah.
Can you help her? Can they help her? The ladies of the Fanes.
I'm sure I could try to ask, but I'll do whatever I can.
Yes, we will.
Well, one thing's for certain. This place, this land, and Count Strahd von Zarovich will not take any more of you from the rest of us.
Well,
What's
then let me
left
come
to
back.
be done? Sorry, Esmeralda.
No, she's just sort of talking to herself, sort of trying to remember everything that happened. And so that's why they let me come back. A second chance to kill Strahd.
He kind of smiles
I won't let
wanly.
them take any of you.
I don't suppose you remember, but it's kind of your third chance. After I didn't kill you.
What?
What?
I'm assuming this was a while ago.
Yes. Water under
Well-
the bridge.
Thank you.
Thank you for holding on and coming back. There aren't many who disappear into the mists to return. Maybe your Vistani heritage helped.
Grace.
Now, everyone, what remains to be done? Let us fulfill the rest of Madame Eva's prophecy and take the fight to the tyrant that rules over this land from that rocky edifice above the village of Barovia. What say you?
Yes.
Vanta?
I will claim his soul for my queen.
Asara?
This must end.
Krieg?
We have to start with the Thanes. We have to weaken him first.
No. Something has shifted. The skies, while you were gone, boiled. He is the land. And his anger is felt. Even here. There is no time. We have the tools spoken
You're
of
right.
in the prophecy. Xenicus, you're the one caught slouching.
They're the best at that.
Chop, chop. Now, let us rest. And once the day, such as it is, fallen on this vale once more, we shall get to Argynvostholt. Fulfill the prophecy. And then make our way to the mother's tomb. He kind of looks to you for confirmation that he's remembering that right.
Nodding the whole time that he's saying.
Very well. And I'm not sure who's immediately to his left and right, but he just reaches out and grabs the forearms of them. This will be done. It will end. And our views.
Died.
Oh, sorry.
What else
That's
could go wrong? No, she just served. I've already died. There's nothing left to fear for me.
Esmeralda. There are always things to fear. It's how we face them that counts.
You're right.
And as
Probably
our
said that a
view,
lot, didn't I?
as our view goes out the door and up above the tower on the small island jutting out into Lake Baratok, and the mists roil and swarm through the trees, you take your rest, as we shall take ours for another week. And it is time to leave Barovia. But we will be back next week. And before that, we'll be going down into the Nine Hells with Descent into Avernus. Saturday, off to the homebrew world of Quest Junkies UK, into Rodania, with Esmeralda, Xenicus, and I as players. And this week, for one time only, Lady Vanta Flexfire as a special guest. Then, next Tuesday, we'll be back into our miniature summer campaign, the total inhabited island of the Snout of Omgar off the south coast of Chult. Do give us a follow. Jump onto the Twitch, onto the Twitter, and get all the news. Catch the VODs on YouTube, and we shall see all of you wherever and whenever you are. Stick around as we will go a-raiding and send all you fine folk off to somewhere else. But until next time, we hope to see you very soon. And as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi nasai.
That's me.
Yes,
Yes,
me.
me.
Yes, me.
Goodbye.